I have the greatest subscribers out there. Thank you so much. We hit 10,000 subscribers in under 6 months. And for being such awesome supporters, I think that you should know, nay, you deserve to know how much money you've helped this dude from Hawaii make from putting all these ads in the videos. But I personally enjoy these kinds of videos. I want to be as transparent as I can with all of you out there. And I haven't seen like YouTube finances for a channel that makes engineering videos, so maybe I'll start a trend out there. And I'll have everything timestamped. I don't want to drag out this whole video and have you wait the entire time to figure out how much money I'm actually making. But I will throw in what I believe to be some pretty juicy information out there, like how much money per hour I'm actually making and where I see the future of this channel going, so be sure to stay all the way to the end for that. And again, this channel is nothing without all of you out there, so I really appreciate all the support. And with that being said, let's get into the video, and I'm going to start with my basic analytics. So here we are. If you haven't seen this before, this is what the YouTube analytics page looks like, or YouTube Studio. So I think it's kind of cool, especially if you are a YouTuber yourself, just to see kind of where I'm at with 10,000 subscribers. So as you can see, I have it filtered over here to when I started my channel on October 5th. And you can see how there wasn't a lot of action going on for the first couple months over here. I mean, I think you see, at the beginning I had a few hundred views because my channel was new and I think people were wondering what I was doing with my life. But then after a while, it kind of started to die down a little bit. Yeah, so, you know, 20 views there. And probably on my upload days, I had a little bit more, 16 views. Oh, see right here, October 5th, 5 views. And that kind of continued, just not really a lot happening. I still maintain the 2 posts per week. And then right here, kind of in December to January, I start to hit, you know, a few hundred views a day, which, I mean, honestly, even at the 5 views a day, I was pretty stoked because I just didn't understand how there was somebody out there that I didn't know that was watching my stuff. That was just really cool to me. But then yeah, out here I started to get some traction, and that's kind of how YouTube works from what I've seen different YouTubers make their videos and things like that. It looks like you get like a little bit of a jolt, and that kind of puts you into like a new threshold. So like here was my first mini jolt that kind of put me into like the 1,000 views per day back in January, and then out here was the biggest jolt that put me up to about 5,000 views a day, and it's kind of been pretty steady. I had one a few weeks back on March 11th or March 10th that kind of brought me to my most amount of views that I've ever had. But down here, so I'm averaging about 5,000 views a day now. But you can see how most of that growth happened probably between February to March, within the past month. So I've been doing this for almost 6 months now. You know, most of my entire growth is in the last 20% of my channel, and I think that's probably going to be pretty typical as I move forward. So just keep that in mind if you are on YouTube, or if this is something you're kind of interested in. I see this very similar to like compound growth when you're investing and things like that. It's just a lot of work on the front end, and then there's just, you know, exponential, and you kind of see the fruits of your labor towards the back end. So that just goes for views. Looking at subscribers, so now that we look at subscribers, you see here it's very similar to the views. I mean, I'm getting, oh, I even lost a subscriber November 1st. I wasn't even growing, and it's pretty steady until about that January time where I start hitting, you know, a few hundred subscribers a day, which is, I'm super grateful for. It's bizarre to me. That's all you out there, so I really appreciate it. So now they have kind of a view of what my channel looked like analytics wise. Let's talk about revenue. So before I show you my actual revenue, I think it's really important to look at CPM and RPM. So I don't know if this is exactly clear to everybody out there, but CPM is basically the cost per 1,000 views that YouTube will pay you on your videos. On the overview page here, this CPM is an average over all of your videos. So CPM will be larger depending on what you talk about. So if you talk about finance, if you talk about, you know, making money, doing businesses, because the people that put the ads on those videos are, I don't know if you've ever seen like those, I wouldn't say sleazy business ads, but those ones that are trying to sell you like a course. Those people pay big money to post their ads, and most of the people that would actually buy their course would probably be watching financial things on YouTube. So from what I understand, 11 is okay. It's not terrible, but it's not the most. It's kind of right in the middle. And that kind of makes sense because my content is a lot more educational, I would say. rather than just purely entertainment. RPM is what actually goes into my pocket. So that's what really matters. So for every 1,000 views, I'm averaging about $4.66 per 1,000 views. And keep in mind, all of this as well is before taxes. So I think there's ways that you can set up on YouTube to take the tax out of it when they put it into your bank account. I haven't done that yet. I think some people also too, when they get really big, they actually form their own company so that they pay themselves for their company so the tax isn't as big. But I'm clearly not there yet. But anyhow, if you have any more questions about those kinds of things, you can comment below. I'd love to answer you or create some sort of conversation. But just for my content, and I would say most of it is towards engineering, that's kind of the CPM that I've been seeing, around $10 to $11 per 1,000 views, relating to about $4 to $5 per that's actually going into my pocket. And so now, how much money has this guy made since he started his channel? So the answer is $1,423.38. So, if you can see here, since I started my channel in October, I wasn't making anything because I wasn't monetized. In order for you to get monetized, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I hit that on January 20th. Actually, I hit 1,000 subscribers on January 23rd, and I think I hit the 4,000 hours of watch time at the beginning of February, and then February 4th, I think, was my first real day of getting paid on YouTube. So I'm averaging about $20 to $30 a day, and I think my biggest day was like $58 right here on March 10th. So it's not a whole lot of money. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know if this is good, bad. I think it's okay. But again, this is all thanks to all of you out there. I can't fund the channel in this way without all of my viewers and supporters out there. So again, really appreciate you all. So now up until this point, my awesome cohort has helped us make $1,400 since we started the channel. And now to put this all into perspective, how does this equate to an hourly wage? So since October, I've averaged probably about 15 hours per week that I put towards this channel. Keep in mind, that's in addition to the 55 to 60 hours a week that I work at my regular job. My typical schedule, because I try to upload on Mondays and Wednesdays, I pretty much work pretty late on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. This could also end up being till like 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm working after I finish my job. And I also put in a lot of effort to try to prepare ahead of time before I actually launch my channel in October, but I won't really count that for this calculation. But just keep that in mind, even though it is part-time and I'm doing this 15 hours per week, it's not really a cruise lifestyle. So for the past 24 weeks that I've had this channel running, 15 hours per week, that equates to 360 hours that I've put into this channel. So $1,400, 360 hours equates to $3.90 an hour. Big money. So some may ask, well, why in the world do you do this then? Is this really worth it? And to me, absolutely. So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but actually if money was of no object, I would actually probably want to be a teacher for my career. I just really enjoy someone else benefiting from something that I show them or teach them. So starting this YouTube channel was really a way for me to show other people all the mistakes that I made, lessons that I learned, so that they could put themselves in a better position than I was when I was their age, or when I first started in the industry. And just the community and the outreach, everybody that's commented, DM'd me, emailed me, all of that has just made this whole experience so wholesome. And if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I think you have to have the same mindset, that all you really want to do is help others and provide some sort of value. All of you out there make this worth it for me. So what are my plans for the future? So I for sure want to continue my videos about bringing awareness and just bringing some sort of knowledge about the industry, whether it be construction or engineering. And I kind of abandoned these videos a little bit, but I do want to start bringing back the personal finance videos, not only for the luscious CPMs that they provide, but because I just think financial literacy is so important, and I think I have some pretty decent perspectives, and I want people to learn from any of the mistakes that I've made. And in terms of the revenue that I'm bringing in from this channel, pretty much every dollar that is coming in from YouTube, I'm going to probably reinvest right back into the channel, whether it be into equipment or possibly a YouTube studio coming up in the next 7 months or so. I just want to make this a great community where people can share experiences and ideas, so all of your efforts are just funding that. And just overall, I just want to be a good example for all of you out there and just help you learn from any mistakes that I've made. That's pretty much it. And so what can you do? Well, I'm sure by now you've already hit that like button and probably subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell. And you've also probably used my link in the description below and deposited $100 on Webull's platform so you could get 2 free stocks that could be worth up to $1,850. And since you've done all of that already, just keep coming back every Monday and Wednesday and joining our family here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you all, and I'll see you on the next video.